Hey Sharks fans, welcome to the Chomp, a new compilation show where you see some of our favorite Sharks content we know you'll love. I'm your host, Tara Sloan. Coming up on the show, we take you behind the scenes as local artists give the Sharks Media Day a distinctly local flavor. And we introduce you to Charanbir Mahal, a man determined to grow hockey in the Bay Area's Indian communities. But first, the San Jose Sharks have a whole bunch of new faces, and one of those is Anthony Duclair, a Montreal kid who is living his childhood dream in the NHL. Anthony has the chance to make a real impact here in San Jose, and he's using his platform to make hockey a better place. Meet the Duke. Well, first things first, welcome to San Jose.
Thank you, appreciate it.
How's it feeling?
Feels great, Weather's nice, boys are great, acclimated to the system, to the team, and looking forward to getting the season started.
I heard Jumbo gave you some kind of pointers about the area.
Yeah, he was actually one of the first guys that called me right after the trade. Right after I talked to Greersy, I think I talked to Jumbo, and we had conversations about San Jose. We were pretty close when he was in Florida, and it's just nice to come to a city where I know a few people, and obviously him being still around the organization is huge, and I know his family pretty well too, so it's been pretty fun.
You've had a really interesting couple of years because you had a career high in Florida, you suffered the Achilles injury. Then you come back with an absolute vengeance. You tear it up during the playoffs into the finals. How excited and ready to go are you?
Yeah, very excited. Last year was the first time in my career. Even since I was a little kid, I missed training camp, missed the start of the season. So, that was a huge blow for me just because, I take off-season pretty serious. And you're always looking, as an athlete to, get better from the year before. And I wasn't able to do that. I was, obviously stuck rehabbing and stuff, and it was, it was a long battle. It was tough. It was a grind, but at the same time, I think I learned a lot, and just, just having more knowledge about the body and how to prepare myself and stuff like that. So, in a way, it was kind of a blessing I got hurt. It
took the hockey world by storm and by surprise when you decided to negotiate your own contract in 2020. First of all, most people don't want to touch that kind of experience with a 10-foot pole. I don't want to negotiate my own contract because those conversations are hard. Why did you do that?
To be honest, it was always something I've always wanted to do since I was young, but it was just a question of timing and when I was going to do it. And to be honest, COVID was a time where it was a really time of reflection, and for myself at the time, I was coming off, one of my best years, coming off my year in Ottawa, it was all-star, career high in goals at the time. And, for some reason, I just felt like I had more in me, and I just didn't like the way my career was going. And, I just took a step back and just reviewed, everything that was going on in my life. And, it's just so much time off that, just a lot of thinking. And I just felt like that was the right time, even though people didn't think it was the right time to do that, or at all, to be honest, because it was COVID, and we didn't know the uncertainties about the next season starting and the cap not moving and stuff like that. But it was just a gut feeling, and I just felt really confident about it. And I'm not totally by myself. Obviously, I have some help, but just taking that next step, and I just wanted to take control of my own career. And
you're going on 10 years in the league. So what would you say is the biggest difference between rookie Anthony Duclair and veteran Anthony Duclair?
Yeah, it's crazy. Time flies, but I'm definitely just comfortable, way more comfortable. Just going, a new team, I just feel like, I've been here for a while already, but, just comfortability and, just creating chemistry with the guys, on and off the ice. I feel like that's the biggest difference, as a rookie coming in. You don't want to say too much or nothing at all sometimes. You just want to come to the rink and work hard and not say a word. But now I just feel more comfortable and just do my thing. And biggest thing now is I see that young guys are looking up to me and asking me questions and stuff like that, where I still feel like I'm a kid. So but it's been awesome. It's a nice transition to rookie to, I would say young veteran. I don't want to say I'm not too old yet, but Yeah, no, it's been awesome, and I think at this stage too, in your life and your career, you enjoy every day a little bit more. We're all here temporarily, so for myself, I'm enjoying every single day, and obviously you try to play as long as possible. Longevity is obviously a goal in your career, but especially last year, I saw with my torn Achilles, and days where I couldn't even walk. You start to question, if you're gonna come back or not. But now that I'm here and I'm back and fully healthy, I just want to make sure that I'm enjoying every second, because it's gonna be over one day.
Well, this was an absolute pleasure. We are so happy to have you here, and merci.
Merci beaucoup.
Coming up on the Chomp, each season the Sharks production team tries to outdo themselves at Media Day and create sets that will not only impress all fans of the NHL, but also players on the roster. This season they work with local artists to help build one of their most impressive sets yet.
In the heart of the Bay Area, there's a common desire that unites us all, the desire to be part of a community that together makes unforgettable moments, a community whose energy, dedication, and unwavering support forms a bond like no other. You can find that community in Teal, where memories and friendships reverberate across generations, connecting us all to the excitement and anticipation for Sharks hockey. So it's time to come together and show the world that we're all Teal.
Hey Sharks fan, welcome back to the Chomp. For the San Jose Sharks, community is everything. So when it came time to get ready for this year's Media Day, the production team went all in with a group of local artists to create a set that was appealing to both fans and players alike. As you'll see, the result was a backdrop that was uniquely San Jose and distinctly Sharks.
Every September before the season starts, the Sharks production team hosts a Media Day for all Sharks players. This day is dedicated to shooting photos and videos for the upcoming season that captures the personality of the players and spirit of the team. For the 23 through 24 season, the production team looked to collaborate with local artists on a large-scale set to be used as a backdrop for one of the video shooting locations. Carlos Rodriguez, Eli Lippert, and George Anzaldo are three artists with deep roots to the Bay who felt they could capture what it means to be part of the San Jose community.
We've painted closely for quite a long time. Eli's an elementary school friend of mine. I met Carlos probably in the early years of college, and we just bonded right away.
Set up in Carlos's backyard, the artists were given 4 large-scale walls to design and paint that would connect the greater San Jose community with Sharks-themed imagery.
And he's gonna do skyline on the bottom here.
Collaborations are really the most important part of what we do, and it's kind of my favorite thing about public art and muralism is being able to work with other people. Everyone has their own perspective, their own things that they learned, and you guys get to just build with each other and really feed off of that.
Armed with only spray paint, Carlos, George, and Eli had 4 days to complete the artwork in time for Media Day.
Spray paint was something that spoke to my youth, and it was the lettering, it was the language, it was the camaraderie, it was a lot of the exclusivity of it that I got attracted to. Growing up in the system and being an immigrant here in San Jose, it helped me adapt and be, everything that I needed to be. So graffiti has a lot of legs for me.
Just the freeness of using a spray can, there's no feeling like it. Yeah.
We wanted to definitely be a marriage of San Jose Sharks imagery and have a feeling for the team, but also for the community that inhabits the outside areas of SAP. As a fan, it's the stuff that you want to see. What would the other fans want to see? I think that's what our approach was, is that we wanted to give something to folks that they could relate to and also feel really proud of.
On September 20th, 2023, George, Eli, and Carlos were invited to Media Day to see their work come to life.
It's really special, to be honest. I feel like when I was younger, I used to dream of things like this. To be able to have a hand in doing something special for an organization that I've been watching since I was a kid. So it's just kind of like this full circle kind of feeling for me.
I think it's really awesome that the Sharks are doing this, and I hope that they continue to do more projects like this and bring other artists into the picture, and just really keep the fresh flow and support artists in the community so that we can continue to support the community and be a part of it as well.
You know, I think that more artists need to be given the chance to represent their own city and their own team. And I believe that it does a lot to empower us. And so it makes me feel really proud to be working with the Sharks and to be working with my friends on this project, you know, and to really be able to expand my career as an artist. In San Jose, it does a lot for me, so I'm excited about it.
Coming up after the break, a feature from our Making Waves series, we introduce you to a man determined to grow hockey in the Bay Area's Indian communities. When Chomp Mahal moved from India to California as a kid, ice hockey was not on his radar. But when the Sharks came to the Bay Area, Mahal became not just interested, but he became obsessed. And it was through that passion that he decided he wanted to teach the Indian community about the game. Now Mahal produces a show that goes out to the Indian diaspora, and he's become instrumental in helping the Sharks organization with their community outreach and their event planning. Here's Mahal, who's making waves. So Mahal, I'm going to call you Mahal.
That's perfect. Everyone calls me Mahal.
That's what everybody knows you as. So, I mean, you are such a multifaceted person with such an incredible background, but we're talking today in the context of hockey. But let's sort of start from the beginning just a little bit and touch on your time here in the Bay Area. You precede the San Jose Sharks in the Bay.
Yeah, that is true. Believe it or not, it's hard to believe. Well, I came here in the late 70s. I was 10, 11-year-old child. I focused on the education, graduated high school, got my first job out of high school. And this company was nice enough to pay for all my education. I was employee number 786 at the bottom of a publicly traded company. At the time, I didn't even know what that meant. It was traded over NASDAQ. And we continued to grow. And during that time was sort of my first brush, as you would say, with hockey. Before that, I'd never been to any professional sporting event in my life. Once I got into it, I was lucky enough to meet Dan, and that's when I was just really getting into it.
So just to clarify, when you say Dan, you mean Dan Rusanowski?
Dan Rusanowski, yeah, of course. You know, but everybody in Bay Area knows Dan from first name.
That's true. Okay,
but Dan Rusanowski.
I mean, and he is a legend.
He is.
So would you say that Dan was instrumental in helping you fall in love with the game?
Dan was more than instrumental. Learned so much from him, and he introduced me to other people in the Sharks organization. And it just became far more interesting because I saw it not just from the sports side, which I started with as a fan side, getting passionate, but then also seeing it, whoa, you know, it's a lot more than that. There's limitations, there's salary cap.
So you're a fan. You're
a
fan with
hockey.
a thorough knowledge of the game on the ice,
Still
off the ice
learning,
business.
always learning.
Of course. But you sort of took that to the next level and you started to cover the game as a member of the media. So tell me how that evolution happened.
So there's a couple of things that happened there. One, I ended up investing in a local TV channel. I knew nothing about this. My whole background is technology. So this is something different. It's kind of fun. It's for community. I ended up investing. So then we came up with this plan to do everything in English, but do what's relevant to Indians. try to build content here. We're in the heart of the Silicon Valley. So while I'm doing all that, I was talking to Dan, saying, Dan, I kind of did that. I kind of retired from my other job. So Dan said, hey, why don't you guys cover sharks on your channel? I said, really? That's a really interesting idea. I never thought of that. But then Dan made the introduction with Scott, and that's kind of how we met. And we got the media credential. We'd done a few shows not knowing what we can do. So we had to kind of feel the people, feel what would work. But then if a person never knew about ice hockey, it is really difficult to get them to buy the ticket and come to the game or something they know nothing about.
Sure.
So I make these little videos which we share. Here, know 5-10 basic things about the game. You will like it. And the idea is, would they come back? Now, that's where we thought, what do Indians love the most?
Okay.
Right? Well, they love music, they love Bollywood, they
Right.
love dancing. So we thought, well, why not bring some Bollywood dancing to the ice? And so there's a whole process we went through, because you couldn't do that on the ice before. But then we started doing that. Now during intermission, we literally have a Bollywood dance on the ice. And these are very, very good dancers. And people love the music, and now their parents come, their friends come. And in the process of watching them, they end up watching the game too. And the idea is it just makes it a little bit more fun. Last year, we also brought Huma Qureshi.
Right.
And we want to do more things like that. Another thing we brought, people love, dancing, if not on the ice, anywhere. So last year, we also done a Holi event outside on the street.
Right.
Which we had loud music, people are dancing, but of course, a lot of them don't know the Sharks, but the Sharks thing is behind them. So now I'm trying to get them to the SAP.
You're being sneaky, is what you're
There's a whole
saying.
Sharks logo, there's Sharky up there throwing the jerseys. We are trying to sort of combine, bring people to the game so they can experience it, because it's not because I just want them to go to the game. I honestly feel that there's a lot of benefits of knowing the sport. If you going through really tough day, you go to the game, you forget about it. Once you're a fan, nothing matters. So I want to do that for Indian community. I want them to experience it, learn it, share it, and I think it'll bring a lot of enjoyment to them.
Well, I mean, it's incredible the work you're doing. Hockey as a sport that desperately needs to find a new audience could learn a lot from your approach. What does it mean to you that the Sharks want to sort of partner on these community activations?
To me, it's great that the Sharks are trying to do that. I think it's great for some of the kids. We even bring singers there to do the national anthem. I mean, those kids, it's a huge deal to them to be able to do that. Just 2-3 weeks ago, we took Nico and Alexander to play with these young Indian kids, sort of the hockey on the floor. I don't know what they call it, floor hockey or whatever, right? Yeah. So they were playing, and I'm watching this, and kids are so excited, they just want to score. I mean, little they know who these guys are and what their value is, but they were having a great time. And it's a win-win situation. I think community will gain a lot from a local team, and to be able to go see a game and learn about winning, losing. I use a great quote from this whole experience, is that sports teaches you, how to win with grace and lose with dignity. And you see it day in, day out, no matter what the score, till the last second players are playing the same game. And sometime in life, there's a lot of wins and losses. You gotta learn to do both.
What has their reaction been in the Indian community in general?
So the migration definitely is slow. So we're trying now different things, which is bringing the people just to the SAP.
Right.
The people who've been coming, they said they really love this Heritage Night thing because they get to enjoy some of their own stuff, and there's also a game. So I see a win-win situation. I see a win-win for the hockey, for the Sharks, for the performers, for the community.
Well, I believe you are single-handedly going to grow the game in the Bay Area.
I hope so.
You have a great mind.
I didn't have too much time on my hands.
No, we're lucky to have you
That's what's
around.
happening.
That's for sure. Thank you so much for this.
My
Thank you
pleasure.
for everything that you do.
My pleasure. I hope most of it makes it.
Still to come on the Chomp, we tell you what's happening here at SAP Center, plus how you can help us honor your local hockey heroes.
In the heart of the Bay Area, there's a common desire that unites us all, the desire to be part of a community that together makes unforgettable moments, a community whose energy, dedication, and unwavering support forms a bond like no other. You can find that community in Teal, where memories and friendships reverberate across generations, connecting us all to the excitement anticipation for Sharks hockey. So it's time to come together and show the world that we're all team.
That does it for this edition of The Chomp, but before we go, we wanted to let you know about some of the special events coming up at the Tank. On November 24th, a rare holiday day game as the Montreal Canadiens are in town, and we celebrate Dan Rusanowski, the 2023 Foster Hewitt Memorial Award recipient. And everybody at the Tank gets a Rusanowski rally towel. And join us the next night for SJ Sharks Gaming. It's a Tech Tattoos All-Arena giveaway. That's Saturday, November 25th at 7 o'clock. And finally, to get you ready for the holidays, we have a holiday sweater jersey giveaway. Everybody gets one. It's Thursday, December 21st. It's a 7:30 game versus Arizona. Oh, and we want to help honor your local hockey heroes. So if there's somebody in your life, somebody in the Bay Area who is making hockey better, we want to know about it so we can feature them on our Making Waves series. Just hit us up, sjsharks.com/makingwaves. That does it for The Chomp. We'll see you next month. Bye.